Go, 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 go.
Hello. This is immediately going into another podcast.
It is.
At least my levels are all right now.
Super quick fire.
We had a catastrophic microphone failure.
We did, didn't we?
He'll cut this out anyway.
It's been fixed. I'll leave this in. It's fine. That doesn't matter. What does matter is the fact that this is a review show. It's called Review with the Crew. We do have another show called The Snooze Button, dealing with the week's TV, pop culture and movie news. If you like that sort of thing, go and have a listen to that one and our back catalogue while you're there. Thank you very much. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to Review with the Crew with Mr. Ross Murphy.
Hello.
And me, Mr. Chris Quinton. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Have you been watching some stuff, Ross?
Yeah, just a real quick review. That was definitely the best World Cup in like 20 years.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're not wrong.
All of it.
It was bloody exciting, wasn't it? Yeah, the final, mate, as well.
I didn't see the final.
Did you
not?
I
was busy, but it was already incredible.
Okay. There were some cheeky goals in the final. Did you not even see highlights?
No, I haven't even watched highlights of it.
Wow, are you going to?
Yeah, I will when I'm over the letdown of last Wednesday.
It's not a letdown.
I haven't dealt with last Wednesday
Mate,
properly
we're the fourth best team of 210.
Yeah.
It's not a letdown at all.
No, I know. I'm just disappointed.
We did bloody well. Disappointed that we didn't win. It's not about the winning, mate. Think about what you're teaching our children. Fourth place out of 210. It's bloody good.
So World Cup.
Anyway, what else have you been watching, Ross, outside of this?
I watched for the first time ever last night, quite an old film now, The Invention of Lying.
Oh, really? Ricky Gervais?
Yep.
Okay. How'd you get on with it?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I thought it was way better. It's weird because I've watched a very similar movie recently in like Downsizing.
Very similar?
Just in that sort of quite light, just a movie or based on a premise.
Right, okay.
But the cast in this film is ridiculous as well.
Yeah,
isn't it?
true.
Like everybody in it, you're just like, that's Louis C.K. That's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I saw it at the cinema, actually, as it happens.
Rob Lowe. Literally everybody is a name in that movie.
Yeah, true.
Even the guy from It's Always Sunny and Westworld is the dude selling the coke.
Blimey, yeah, it's a long time ago since it was released. This is like a 10-year-old movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Probably a bit older than that. It might even be like 2004.
I'm guessing this cast was assembled based upon his success at the time.
It must have happened immediately after Extras.
Yep.
Because there is a cutaway there's a backstory cutaway, and the two people in it are Stephen Merchant and Barry from EastEnders.
Ah, right, okay.
Who play two characters in Extras, don't they?
I've never seen Extras, actually.
Extras is amazing.
Yeah?
I've just watched that recently as well.
Okay, maybe I'll go and check that out.
It's very good. It's on Netflix.
So the invention of lying. So it's set in an alternate universe where nobody's ever come up with the concept of lying ever.
No.
And he's the first person
to lie.
To go, why do I have to tell the truth?
Yeah.
Why can't I just make things up?
Yeah.
But because nobody's ever been told a lie before, they start to believe everything that he says, even though they just can't grasp the concept of it.
No.
So, yeah.
And nobody questions anything he says.
Exactly.
Like, he goes into the bank and they're like, our computer's down. And he's like, how much money do you need? And that's when he has his epiphany.
Right.
And he goes, $800 instead of $300. And the woman goes, here's $800.
Is it dollars? Is it not set in the UK?
No, it's set in, you don't know where it is, but it's filmed in New England. It's filmed in Massachusetts.
Right, okay.
It's not brilliant, but there are some really funny jokes in it because of people just are so matter of fact about things.
You've got to really be on board with the concept, though, haven't you? Yeah. You can't be kind of... You need to walk in allowing yourself to be swept away. Otherwise, it doesn't work at all.
It's the message it sends about organised religion.
Yeah.
Is just that one day somebody just told somebody that when you die, it doesn't. No, when you die, it'll be really nice and you won't be scared. And then that just spirals out of control over the rest of the course of the movie.
Yep.
And also, it's the other message in it is there's no happiness in fame. Which Ricky Gervais was going for a lot of that at the time.
He was, yeah. I heard him.
Including
he spoke about that in his recent show, didn't he? In his recent comedy show. In his recent stand-up, I mean.
He's like the one person who's just doesn't care about being famous at all.
Yeah.
Like
until it comes to getting on a plane.
Yeah.
And then it's like, do you know who I am? But yeah. Anyway.
Peanut dust.
Peanut dust?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, the woman's like, he's like, no nuts, because somebody's got a nut allergy, and he's like, I'm just going to cover myself in peanut dust.
Yeah, true. Go and watch that show. It's quite good. I don't think it's as good as his previous ones, but it's quite good.
It's not a bad movie. You'll laugh quite a bit in it, and it's only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I don't know if it would have... Like, it's quite a nice movie to sit on a Sunday night on a Netflix evening. But
is it on Netflix?
Yeah,
is that why you picked it up?
I don't think it is. No, I had to steal it off the internet.
There was another one, wasn't there? It was released around the same time. Or, well... What did Ricky Gervais went through a little period of releasing movies, didn't he?
Yeah, he did Ghost Town, which I've never seen.
I've not seen it either.
He acts it. He's just an actor in that. So.
Cemetery Junction.
Yeah, but that's a film he made. That's a proper movie he made with Stephen Merchant.
Right. Okay.
And I think that's the last time they collaborated together.
I saw that at the cinema. That was very good.
That's very good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where
really touching.
It was like the first proper outing for Felicity Jones.
Right.
Who was in Rogue One.
Okay, yeah,
Like, she made that, then Shally Girl.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a good film, that.
Yeah, I recommend that one, definitely.
Yeah, that's a very good film.
If you like something with a bit of emotional content.
It's about outgrowing your place of birth.
Yes. Wanting to get the hell out of kind of a dead-end northern town, isn't it, really?
It's Reading, mate.
Is it Reading?
Yeah. It's north of here.
Yeah, fair. Very true. North of where we are right now. Anywho, anything else?
No, I borrowed my friend's PlayStation VR.
Okay.
So I haven't really been playing it.
Right.
I just take so much pleasure out of making other people play it.
And watching them and filming the results.
Just filming people.
So, is it PlayStation VR that's got that X-Wing jobby on it?
Yep.
Okay.
I played that, it's alright.
Yeah. I hear it's a bit, what's the word? Discombobulating, is that the word? Does it make you feel sick?
Some people can't handle like the movement in the VR. I'm alright with it. I just like getting people to do scary things and watching them.
Right.
Like there's a VR experience. It's like 4 minutes long and it's just terrifying. You're just getting dragged through the sewers of Derry.
Cool.
And yeah. That's good.
Sounds like something Bobbin Dixon would love.
No, he'd fucking hate it. He would. If you'd have to super glue that to him.
If you don't know what we're talking about,
well, it wouldn't matter because the thing is, Anna did it yesterday and she was so scared. She just said, "I'm closing my eyes now."
Really? In case you don't know what we're talking about, one of our friends, Bobbin Dixon, who has been on the show before. If you're a long-time listener, you might know who we mean. He's terrified of clowns.
Yeah, like in a complete irrational fear of clowns.
You say irrational, but he had something, I suppose, emotionally affecting happen to him involving a guy in a clown costume. No.
It was Wayne Gacy.
No. Who?
Wayne Gacy.
Who's Wayne Gacy?
Look it up.
Okay, is it Killer Clown?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to know. But yeah, he just had somebody like terrify him as a child, I think, didn't he?
Jump out at him. I think so.
Yeah. Dressed as a clown. And that's it. What's the word for clown phobia?
Chlorophobia.
Chlorophobia. Bobbin would know.
Pussy.
Nobody else cares. Anyway.
What are we talking about?
Stuff you've been doing. VR,
yeah,
PlayStation VR.
And then I've just started playing Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. The first one.
You've heard of these games, haven't you? The really
Dark Souls is the really
game.
tough one, yeah?
Yeah.
It's really sword and shield jobby.
It's very difficult.
Can you speed run it?
It's funny you should say that. Like, I got to a certain point and then I went, I'm going to start again because I think I'd buffed I think I'd chosen the wrong character to start the game with.
Right.
And also I think I'd spent my points poorly.
So
I arrived, like my 6 hours or 5 hours of playing the game, I arrived back there in about 40 minutes.
Right, okay.
Because you get better at the game anyway.
Okay.
And it was like you do things trial and error until you get better and better and better. And then restarting it, I just went, all right, I know exactly what I need to do. And I just killed the first boss in first go.
So you're like an undead knight or something, aren't you?
Yeah, something. That's one of the other clever things with the game. You don't really know what's going on.
Right. It's not about the premise. It's all about the gameplay.
Yeah.
But can you choose to be like an archer then instead of a swordsman?
Yeah, that'd I don't know why you'd do that. That would be mental.
Right. So what you just said, you chose the wrong character at the beginning.
Yeah, I think I chose somebody that was too reliant on like dodging out of the way and stuff. Whereas this time I've just gone for a guy who can hold a shield up.
Isn't dodging how most of these speed runs are achieved though?
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to speed run. I'm just trying to finish it.
I'm just saying.
Mate, I had to restart the game because it was too hard. And now you're like, yeah, make sure you choose a fast class to speed run it. Right. No, literally, you can't run full pelt in suit of armour.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Certain level of realism regards your equipment and stuff as well then, yeah?
Yeah.
I've never played it. It looks cool, but I'd like to have a go at some point. Is that on PS4?
Yeah, I brought the remastered version of it.
Cool.
It looks a bit ropey, to be honest.
Right.
But I was thinking, I think I might play. I don't know. I might complete it, fire up Dark Souls 2, and if I don't get on with Dark Souls 2, I might try Bloodborne. Bloodborne's faster,
right?
And it is more. Apparently, I think it's more dodge based and stuff.
It's a bit more hack and slash as well, isn't it? By the looks of it,
but you still looks like you just get absolutely destroyed in 2 seconds.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you mentioned about starting at the same time because it was a PS Plus game, wasn't it? So I've got it sat there.
It just feels so unfair, but it's not unfair. Like every time you die, it's your own fault.
Yeah, sure. Be better.
Yeah. It's literally a game from the 80s.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like back when we were kids, games were really unforgiving.
Yeah, yeah.
And
you had no internet to like work out how to do things.
No, that's it.
Like, I'm literally constantly like I really try not to look at my phone, but I have to look at my phone.
Right.
But not in the same way as looking at your phone ruins Monkey Island, because there's only one way to do something in Monkey Island.
Sure. Yeah.
Whereas...
But that was tough. That was really tough. And when you were stuck, you were really stuck.
Yeah.
And you'd have to talk to other people in the community or your mates at school
and
stuff just to work out how to get past
Mate, you'd go into W.H. Smith's and read the fucking
computer magazines.
Yeah. Computer magazine.
What was that one called? Smash?
I was hundreds
Smash
of them.
Magazine is the one I used to work. The one with, always had a free. Oh yeah, no, that was a Spectrum only one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I used to read Amiga Power. Was probably the only magazine I got when I was younger.
I had Spectrums for ages.
Yeah,
and never felt the need to upgrade to a Commodore Amiga.
But back to Dark Souls, because you were saying rubbish things about Commodore Amiga. It's just frankly not true. No,
it's not true. It's not true that anyone would feel that they didn't need to upgrade, because I blatantly did, but I just didn't. I was just happy playing games on my Spectrum in the 8 colours, whatever it was.
God, there was machines from that generation that were just better than the Spectrum.
Yeah. Oh, the Commodore 64 would have been better, but you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
weird colour palette on the 64 though. Everything's pastel-y, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. True.
Yeah, Dark Souls. It's really hard. Really fucking hard.
Yeah,
but
cool.
I don't know if I'm enjoying it or not. I would say I am enjoying it, but it's just infuriating as well.
Another game that was on the PS Plus giveaway, actually, which is pretty bloody tough, is Trials Fusion. Have you been playing?
Oh, it's very hard.
Have you been playing a bit of that?
No.
Your brother, anyway.
It's not my cup of tea.
And Jamie, that's been on the podcast a couple of times.
Yeah.
They keep appearing on my leaderboards. So they're kind of like my targets. They're the people to beat.
Yeah.
So it's tough though. Oh, and I found a level where I could use the unicorn.
What's the unicorn?
Have you not noticed the unicorn?
No.
If you scroll all the way to the right, in the bit where you select your bikes, there's a cat sat on a unicorn.
Yep.
And the unicorn breathes fire. You can't use it on like any of the standard tracks and stuff. You need to go onto like the community built tracks.
Right.
And I found one where I could use the unicorn finally. It's silly, but it's fun. It's a cat riding a unicorn. It's mental,
game,
but
isn't it?
it's a tough game. Yeah, it's got a real steep learning curve. Like at some point, you go from I can handle this to that was relatively tricky, but everything's cool. To there's no way I can possibly do this track. I must need a different bike to do it. but it's not actually the answer. There's
Just
a fair amount of
keep
skill
practicing.
involved.
And we're also at the point where we're too old to get good at that game.
Do you think?
Do you not just think that you haven't got it in the capacity to be good at that game anymore?
Don't know.
I feel like that on everything.
I've always felt like I'm quite good at computer games.
Yeah, see, I just feel I'm not very good at games anymore.
Saying that though, Fortnite, that kind of proved that I was not as quick to learn as some people.
Yeah, but the learning curve on that's insane.
Yeah, true. I got tired of spending like 5 minutes in arena, and that's me just hiding. As soon as somebody sees me, bang.
That's
dead.
There's no point in you might as well jump into the most densely populated area and just keep dying and dying and dying.
Right.
Because you'll get better at that game than you will hiding.
Well, yeah, true.
Because what's the point of hiding until you get down to the last two people and never being able to kill the last person?
And the Capcom Street Fighter game as well. What's that one called? No, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh, all fighting games, we're too old to be good at them now.
That was the first game I ever took online. I think I've said that on the podcast as well before. Yeah, I lasted 5 minutes and then just realised
you need to be 20 and not 40 to play those games.
Exactly. People are insane when it comes to their ability on that bloody game. Anyway, anything else, Ross?
No, that's it really.
Cool.
I've just been too busy decorating my house.
It's a good enough excuse, really.
I might be able to catch up on some things because I will be convalescing for a few days.
Cool.
Finally get around to Logan and 2049.
You've still not seen Blade Runner 2049?
No.
Or Logan?
No.
My God.
And they're on my Plex server, just ready to go.
Wow. Okay. Well, at least you'll have decent quality versions of them to watch, I suppose. But yeah. Right. I've been watching a fairly interesting movie, which has a bit of a rich history, which I wanted to talk about a little bit. Now, I'll tell you the history of the film to start with. So in March 1968, the Sunday Times announced the Golden Globe race for the first non-stop solo circumnavigation of the world on a boat.
Okay.
So, a small electronics engineer and amateur sailor called Donald Crowhurst decided that he was going to take up the challenge, and he entered the competition with about 6 or 7 other sailors, and off they went on their journey. Now, there were 2 prizes. There was one for first person to get around the globe, and another prize for the person who could do it fastest. And both of those prizes at the time were small fortunes. Now, this guy, Crowhurst, is pretty famous because he wasn't the most experienced sailor in the world. He tried to buy the Gypsy Moth, if you know.
Yeah, I've heard of that boat. It's
Thomas Chichester's boat. He was the first guy, I think, to solo around the world.
Right.
So, yeah, he tried to buy Chichester's Gypsy Moth 4, basically, but unsuccessful in doing that. He borrows a load of money from local bankers and the community and stuff and builds the Tynemouth Electron, which is, again, a trimarang and a pretty sturdy-looking boat. And so he suffered loads of delays and stuff and started much later than most of the other competitors, and then started, at some point, lying about his position, and then his boat was found shipwrecked like 6 months later.
Right.
And his body was never recovered. And he's become a famous name in the world of sailing and stuff. And interestingly, there was a documentary in 2006 called Deep Water, made about this guy and the whole situation. And 2 filmmakers must have seen this thing at the same time, and they both said, right, that was our jumping off point. And they both entered production of movies that would have come out quite separately, quite far apart from each other.
Okay.
But the one with the most money decided that they were going to, this is Studio Canal, by the way, decided they were going to film all of their like seafaring shots and stuff in exotic locations, and went off around the world and had to wait for weather conditions and stuff, and ended up having delay after delay and after delay. And then eventually, when they'd finished the film, they ended up with loads of scheduling problems. They couldn't assemble the cast to get them all to like Cannes and stuff, like to promote the movie, so they held it back. And then it turned out, in the end, once the really low budget one, and we're talking the low budget one was made on an indie budget of basically 1 million, and The Studio Canal one was like a 20 million budget. So turned out they were going to be released within a couple of months of each other in the end. So Studio Canal bought the rights to the indie one and kind of buried it for a bit while they released their Colin Firth-led film called The Mercy, which is the one that I've seen.
Right. Amazing
cast. So, yeah, Colin Firth, Rachel Weisz, loads of other people that you'll recognise. And to be honest, mate, I think this is definitely worth a look. It's been getting the award ceremony treatment.
Right, okay.
I think they're gunning for an Oscar, at least for Colin Firth, perhaps. I guess his portrayal is pretty cool. I don't know how faithful he is to Crowhurst himself, but you know what, his performances are always very good, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's a very good actor, and Rachel Weisz is always in these kind of roles. She's very good at playing. She's really good at breaking your heart.
Yeah,
you know. And she's got some really powerful stuff going on. The script for her is fantastic. So, yes, I think it's a sailing movie, to be fair. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, probably including yours.
Master and Commander?
No.
I like Master and Commander.
That's
good film, that.
Australian bloke, isn't it? What's his face?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, that's the
Paul
one.
Bettany.
Made by a friend of a friend. As it happens. Oh no, written by a friend of a friend. That's what it was. My mate Martin Ravel knows the guy that wrote the book. Hello, Martin, if you're listening.
Oh, wrote the book?
Yep.
Okay.
So, that aside, I really think most people should go and check out this film. It's very, very good. And I'm going to try and find the other one this week, because it was still released, but really limited. And it sounds as if they're they're handling this story in two very, very different ways. So The Mercy, which is the one that I've seen, the high budget Colin Firth one, is more kind of like how it affected the people around him and what's going on with the community and how he got the project off the ground and stuff. Whereas the lower budget one, it's just called Crowhurst, by the way. It's more of a psychological look at how he behaved on board and what happened to the bloke. And kind of, it's a
complete work of fiction.
Yes, exactly. Pure speculation, but handled by a director that usually does horror films as well. So a little bit of kind of Into the Mouth of Madness on board a boat. Watch the trailer for it. It looks very good. In actual fact,
cool.
Perhaps I'll grab the trailers for both of these.
Those trailers and put them on this week's trailer list.
I will do. So those will be on our Facebook page. Interestingly, the indie version has got the higher score on Rotten Tomatoes at the moment. If I can find it, I'll let you know.
Cool.
Good stuff.
And The Mercy's out now?
The Mercy's been out, for a couple of months now.
Right, okay.
So, yeah. And it's been available online since the day it was released on the cinema, I think, basically, if you know what I mean. Interestingly enough, of all places, check out the Pirate Bay. It's definitely there.
No boats. Anything else?
That's fine. I think we've got enough there, haven't we?
Yeah.
So that would do, really, for this week, for our reviews. I have got some other bits that I've been messing around with, but I'll save them for next time. No bother. Cool. If you'd like to write into us about anything that you've seen, anything that we've reviewed, anything at all, ladies and gents, please do. snewwiththecrew@gmail.com. Facebook us, tweet at us, anything you like at us. If you'd like to check out anything that we've done outside of the podcast, please go and check out our Facebook page. You'll find all of our trailers for the week and everything there as well. But in the bio there's loads of links to our stuff. Check those out. Honourable mentions for Libsyn and Stitcher for obviously creating The Mercy and Crowhurst. Those two movies are available on the internet for you to watch right now. And I guess that's about it.
Yeah. It's a bit hot, isn't it?
It is quite warm, isn't it? I'm actually my clothes are...
I'm just going to go home and have a shower.
Soggy. Right, okay. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for listening. Check out our other podcasts. Leave us reviews and stuff where you would. We'll catch you next time.
See you next week.
Cheers, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.